The Hebrew text in the Bible has hidden formats. By revealing these formats, I will prove the first writer's words were hidden from you. These formats look like poetry as I group them into small paragraphs. Their grouping will become known as a psalm, and together they become psalms. Let me show you our Creator's 12 commandments, listed in Exodus chapter 20, verses 1 through 17. Any father of a family or his wife who did not obey any one of these 12 commandments, our Creator demanded they bring him a sin offering. Thus, our Creator defined the word sin as not obeying any one of these 12 commandments. Next, I want to show you how I changed one word in Exodus 26, verse 26, the word bars to arches, and the words now reveal the style of the roof for our Creator's tent for meeting with Him. Let me show you the translator's words from the preface of the 1611 King James Bible. They gave 4 reasons for themselves or others to edit the Bible's words. The red arrow at the top points to their 3rd reason to edit the text. By the light and feeling we attained unto ourselves. The next red arrow down points to them giving the title, the Divine, to a clerk named Gregory. The next block of words, they point out they were happy that the first emperor of Rome established the year to the course of the sun. Behind this text means Nebuchadnezzar ordered his kingdom to follow our Creator's calendar when he stopped eating grass. Did you notice the letter S in sun is capitalized? This is to give respect to the Egyptian sun god Ra. Have you seen the Egyptian obelisk in the Vatican's front yard? The last arrow points to your reward for studying the Bible. Your reward is to have a fellowship with the saints and participation of a heavenly nature that will never fade away. There is no such thing as nature to a truthful Christian. Our Creator created everything. By their own words, they were not seeking to know our Creator or Jesus. Not everyone has the knowledge to correct every word. I have an old Bible program that has the New American Standard Bible 1977 concordance to help find a better word. Their concordance has the number of times they use that English word in a parenthesis for that Hebrew word. The translators removed his name, YHVH, to put in 2 titles, Lord and God. I replaced those titles using the letters Y and V as his name, for the Hebrew language does not have a J, O, or W. By using these 2 letters, I am closer to the truth than anyone using J, O, or W for his name. So why is there a single letter O in the Hebrew text 1,095 times? No proper English was used? The blue highlighted text is text that I am removing. The red highlighted words are little words that I'm adding. Gray italic words are words that I added. To respect and honor our Creator, all capital letters in purple are our Creator's words. This is Jesus' prophecy, for I am revealing the first writer's words to tell you the true truths about Jesus. As the text is revealed, you can taste the writer's style of wording. Their words will take your belief to trusting our Creator. You will be watching prophecy before your eyes as I added true truths back into their psalms. All right, Psalm 67, and I'm going to do what's right above my head to show you how easy it is to find the hidden formats. Let me explain to you what the parentheses mean around a text, and that means that text was added because it was found in other manuscripts. But as you know, if you've been around a little bit here, you know that that's a lie. These are not songs to be sung. So the blue will be removing the text. This fuchsia colored word is an italic word that is designated by the New American Standard Bible as an added word at that time that they put in the text. And from the intro, you've seen I have a Bible program that has the concordance for the 1977 Bible. And that's why I use this text to inform you how corrupt the text really is. Now, what I'm going to tell you also here is the title and the Hebrew word Elohim for God is wrong. It's the title creator. You can find that out by just using the words our creator in Genesis 1 and see how beautiful it sounds when you read it that way. Be gracious to us and bless us and cause his face to shine upon us. Now here we're going to be probably talking about Jesus, so let's make these capital letters, and I try to honor and respect Jesus by using the first letter capital. If he was walking or his possession, it would be his. Our creator, as you can see, I'm using all capital letters for what he is talking, or what he has actually said in the many promises by the many prophets, in the words that we have from him, that your way may be known on earth, your salvation among all nations. Let the peoples pray. Let the peoples praise you, our Creator. Let all the people praise. Okay, when I'm seeing the word peoples here, I know it means races, different races of people. So if I just introduce that word right now as being the correct word, whoops, race, that all the race, yes, it'll be all the races. Sometimes the word people would be a singular race. But here and here, and now you can see how the text is starting to get better every moment here. Let the nations be glad and sing to joy for you. Well, we know that the word sing is wrong for you. Where you will judge the peoples. Here again, races. You will judge the races with uprightness and guide the nations on the earth. On earth. Don't need the word the. Let the nations, or let the races praise you. Our Creator, let all the races praise you. Earth has yielded its produce, and our Creator, again, whoops, I guess they had the word our here at this time, so I can remove that. Our Creator blesses us. Finally, the word bless is being used correct, because only our Creator can bless us. You can't bless each other, and you certainly cannot bless our Creator. Our Creator blesses us. That all the ends of the earth may fear him. Not may, earth fear him. Now, that's the first go through. And now what I'm going to do is go through and try to find how these verses are grouped to make like a paragraph out of them. Our Creator be gracious to us and cause his face to shine upon us. So you now know that these words are added and not needed. So I'm going to put them at the end here. Now the first verse here is a statement. I will need this word here, so I'll make it mine. And cause his face to shine upon us. Notice how those two verses connect together to make a verse or a small paragraph. So let me pull out a psalm that I've done before and show you what I'm talking about. I know the intro is pretty fast, so I like showing this one here. Notice how this is a statement, and then these two verses connect together and it makes a small paragraph. The same thing again, but these two are connected together to make a larger paragraph. It repeats here and it repeats here. This style of writing is very beautiful, and it is the first writer's formats, how highly educated they were to put the words in this format. And that's what I'm revealing, that's been covered up by those who are editing the text or editing the Bibles for the last more than 2,000 years. Hold on a second, I got a red notice here. What's going on here? I don't understand that. I downloaded new OBS. That might be just telling me I'm recording. I thought it might be a warning. Sorry about that. That your way may be known. No, our Creator does not may nothing. And the people who are writing may nothing. They trust our Creator. That His way. Okay, so now we have to have Jesus's way, which I need to go down here and grab it down here to get the right coloring of the words and the right emphasis of what I need. And that happens every time I do this. Sorry about that. His way. Okay, and we're talking about Jesus. So I can do this in okay, I'm just going to color it for right now. What I was thinking is that maybe I should do this and then copy it all over the place where I need it. But I'm going to do it one at a time instead of searching for them and doing it that way. Today I'm going to go a little bit slower on this. That His way be known on earth. Don't need this way. And it's our Creator. It is our Creator's promise of salvation. And right now I'm going to say it's tied to Jesus. So that's how I honor Jesus in the text that's referred about our salvation. Our salvation, I guess if I use this and I'm not going to use the word all, I'm going to use every nation. That way we know what's going on with the word every. Whoops. Means every nation on earth, so it's going to mean all races as well. And they aren't nations. The correct title at this time is kingdoms. And this is the way they wrote. Now, I know we have different words and language for today's use, but the word nation at this time could either meant tribes or like the nation of Israel, the nation of Judah, or the whole nation as he came out of, brought them into the promised land as one nation, the nation Israel, and then later divided them up. But the object here is to get the words started right now, and I'll figure out whether this word actually needs to be kingdoms or tribes. Because right now, I can see that that doesn't belong to this group here. And with that line in there, line separation, I got to get around that. So let me save what I've got here. And now we have a separation of text. And let's see. Okay, that is, well. This way, this makes a statement. And then your salvation among every kingdom. And it wouldn't be us on the end. Let the races praise you. That might end up changing to be him. And our creator, let all the races praise you. See how the statement is going to be about Jesus. So I'm going to take this, copy it, bring it down here, and say it's more praise him. Okay, now this is the statement. So that's a period. Our Creator, let all the people, let all the races praise you. And our Creator, let every, not all, but every race. See how it was peoples and it needs to be changed to race? Because I have the word every here. Every race, so I don't need the word the, praise you. And that's because we're praising him because we are praising Jesus. Okay? Let the nations be glad. And sing for joy. So we don't need these words. Let the nations, no. Let's put it this way. Let the kingdoms. Put an S on the end of this one here. And then I will, let's see, do I need any of this anymore? Okay, I'll let that go. Let the kingdoms be glad, for he will judge the races upright. Now, here I need to have him, I need the word he here, because this is what's going to be Jesus is going to do, because he's judging them, because it's his kingdom that we are to enter. He will. But actually, this is because our Creator give him this will, or this judgment, or we have to say it's first comes from our Creator, designated Jesus. And that's, like I try to emphasize before, that's how I try to make sure that when you're reading it and you understand the coding of the words, what these words are. The races with upright, for he will judge and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the word their people here. I'm going to add the word their, because it's not individually. Now it's like a race would mean a whole many people. And you can see that the statement is not going to be about all the people, all of them. So it has to be let their people. Okay, and I don't need the S on here. Their people with uprightness. And what I'm going to do is tell you that people of high moral. Okay, they're people with high morals, I guess, because many people or many races on earth have high moral people, and they are considerate of other people, and they do respect their understanding of the title God as creator of everything. Okay. So this is going to be the answer here. And that's what we know. Our creator gave him the race, he made him king once his kingdom was established in heaven. And that comes from our creator's promise starting from Abraham. Okay. And what happened when the moment he died on the earth, we have, or his body died on earth. The text says the earth quaked, which would have been a slight earthquake, and the souls they seen ascending out of the graves, which means those that were in the abyss in the ground, visibly were seen rising up into his kingdom in heaven. So this also tells us that Jesus was crucified by a graveyard, and also by his house, because they said the house, because of the way the earth quake happened, it cracked the walls of the house. Now his house was made out of granite blocks, because the truth is it's not made out of stone. David had, the text says, 80,000 hewers. Let's say there was 8,000. Let's not make too many people be hewers, which would be carving out of stone or large stones into blocks. We have the words from Solomon that says, we made him a forever house, granite blocks. We know from Moses' day, our creator told him to make the tent for meeting with him out of ram hides and goat hides. Those are white. So we know it was white granite, which there is a quarry of white granite by Hebron. And guide, I'm going to say I need the word he here. And I usually highlight it red, but I'm just going to make it italic. Oops, it's this. To be, so I don't have to color it and then recolor it. He will guide. Need to add the word will. Needs to be said added, because this is related to Jesus. Must be made red. He will guide the, I'm going to say not nation, but people. We don't need to make them different races, but we do have to make them people. Be correct here on earth. Let the races praise him. Here again. Yep, so I need to take this and come down here and say him, our creator. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate this verse. I'm going to put the word and in here, and then and every again. every race praise you. Okay, now that, as you can see, is starting to become a 4-verse here. So I have to clean it up and take a look at it. Because right now I have to make it a 3-verse, because this one here is telling me this is a 3-verse here. So I put those commas and periods in the right place. Earth has yielded its produce. Has nothing to do with Jesus and what's going on here in this text that we've revealed at the beginning, or I've revealed at the beginning. I guess this is a double or a repeat of what's going to happen here in the next verse. Our Creator blessed, I would say blessed, not with an S, blesses, blessed everyone. Well, I'm not really sure if this is even going to make it. Our Creator blessed us being twice, so I got to get rid of one of them at least. And what I'm seeing when I do this, I don't have enough text here that all the ends of the earth fear him. Now this would be Jesus, and I'm not sure if I need to bring this verse down or no, because of this. Have I done that, then it would be a 3-verse, because I got rid of that. I forgot I did that. Sometimes I'm editing and thinking of too many things at one time. Our Creator blessed us. And this would have to mean everyone. Everyone. And I guess I should put that mark in, that dash in. Everyone. Okay, I'm not seeing how this is getting to be a 3-verse format, so I'm going to stop editing on that text and forcing it. I'm going to clean it up and see what happens as I'm get it cleaned up here. Now that I have the text divided up a little bit, what I'm going to do is just kind of put these, I'm going to grab that and I'm going to try to see now if they group together. And you see how easy it is to find the format. It didn't take much. It just took a little bit of knowledge that I have to actually put the correct wording in. So our Creator be gracious, was gracious, is gracious to us, not be, is. First has to be like this. And I'm going to take a look at the word gracious. I'm not sure I like that word as well. If I click on the Bible program here, oops, didn't set it up yet for the day. I'm having a lot of problem with this computer here. Beg, favored us. Gracious is 45 times, so I'm really not liking this word because it's actually that he blessed us. Our Creator blessed us. No, our Creator is gracious to us. And this has to be will. And it has to be our Creator's promise here. So And he has promised that he will let them at that time. They were to wait for him to come to appear to them, to not shine among us. The word shine I need to keep with words that you're going to see about angels. They were shining in their glory, which means they were white, okay? And their glory would have been also they had their wings. They were witnessing them there like that. The other text will say uh, they were white like lightning. So, and I did tell you at the beginning, his tent and his house was made white, and our Creator appears to them or appeared to the high priest as a white shining light or a white light above his mercy seat in his meeting room. So when I'm saying the word shine here, I know that I can't keep the word shine. I can say his light because we know that the words in John tells us that Jesus came from his light and he is the light for us. Cause his face to lighten upon us. Okay, I don't like that either now that I see how it's being written. I'd like that word light upon us, but cause his face to. I want to add, I'm going to try to clean this verse up right here. And I'm going to try to say, I'm reading it like this, where, and your, meaning our Creator's salvation for us. So let me call that, bring that down, and then put for us. And let me put a comma, because now I got to make this verse connect with this verse. Is also for, and I'm going to make it like, whoops, yeah, I'm going to first do this, then I'm going to say like that. And because I added this word, I'll make it a gray word, meaning I've added a word that definitely is not being replaced, but it's a large enough word that it has to be here to complete what they are saying is truthful, is for every is for every kingdom. Okay, I guess I can leave it that way. Is also for every kingdom. I can leave it that way. That because the next text, now according to what I've seen before, or I've showed you how they connect together, I'm going to say these two do sound good enough to be together. But that's not always the case. But I'm going to see if this one and this one connect together, because if they do, then I've got pretty good idea that this does. Sometimes when I read it over and over again, they might not connect as well, because once you start understanding the style of the writer, it becomes what I call read tasting the difference of understanding the writer's style. Is also for every kingdom. I want to put the word and here, but I also want to put the word so let the races praise, and let the races praise him. And I need the word for here. For our Creator will let the races praise Him. For our Creator it's kind of confusing because I want to say, for our Creator blessed every race. For our Creator has salvation for every. For our Creator will let every race praise you. This is getting a little tough now that I'm seeing this. So let me continue here. Let the kingdoms be glad, for He will judge their people with high moral. Let the races be glad. Yeah, I'm going to put the word races here again because it doesn't read like the word kingdom should be there. It's more like races, the multitude of people within the kingdoms. So let the races be glad, for He will judge their people with high morals. Yeah, that sounds better. Okay. And He will guide the people on earth. You know, I'm seeing this being repeated over and over. Do I really need, because this doesn't read like what I'm seeing here. So can I use this verse and then like this verse, or not that verse, but be this verse? Because if you're praising, you're already glad. Let the races, and you can see I've got races here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove those two and remove this one. And now let me see how these read. Let the races praise Him, for He will judge their people with high morals. See how that you can, sometimes it's almost like when they're reading out of place, I get to say, let's just get rid of them. And then all of a sudden you realize that was probably how the was. And then they added those words in between them. That just didn't make sense when you start seeing the format. And He will guide the people on earth, and the races will praise Him. The races will praise you. I don't need this at all. And He will guide the people, and He will guide. Now He will guide His people. Did you see that? If I add the word His people here, because those are the ones now knowing about salvation from Him is coming through Him to enter into heaven. So those that believe Jesus, they are known as His people. Oops. So, and He will guide His people, and the races will praise Him. And I'm trying to see if I can use the word and here. I can't use it here or here. I like to try to make sure that the words are flowing correctly. So I'm looking at their people with high morals, for he will guide his people, period. Get it off the end of that. He will guide his people, and the races will praise him, and everyone will praise you. Don't need the word races here. If I change this, okay, if I do this, get rid of this, get this here, and then if I say for here, now I'm starting to get the text to flow and read better. For he will guide his people, and the races will praise him. Will praise him, and everyone, need the word everyone, will praise you. See how easy that became? Now, let me grab this text again. Let me clean it up one more time. And I think we're getting to the end of this one real quick. So, let me see here. Our Creator is gracious to us and will cause his face to shine upon us, that his way is known to us, and your salvation for us is also for every kingdom. That's a good grouping. I got double space here, so I need to grab just one of these here. And now let's see if these two add together. And let the races praise him, for he will judge their people with high morals, for he will guide his people, and the races will praise him, and everyone will praise you. I'm going to put his name here. The writers would have known his name, so praise YV. Okay. Now here, I know his name in Hebrew that they gave him was Yah, so I might as well put his name in to make sure everybody knows who him is. Psalms 149 really dictates who Jesus is. Okay, here it is. Take a screenshot of that, study that, and you'll see that when you find out the word Lord is Yah, and you understand you're supposed to end his praise in the congregation, which means the large assembly at when they gathered around his tent for meeting to celebrate his passing over and not killing their firstborn sons. And that was an 8-day celebration. And then rejoice in their king. So we have a king, and his name with dancing. Well, praise his name. Who? Right here. Yah. Praise Yah. Okay. And now we have the introduction of the word salvation. Now there was other documents that also do this, but that's the main one. Let the races praise him, and he will judge their people with high morals. For he will guide his people, and the races will praise Yah, and everyone will praise you. Okay. Now the only thing here is I got to figure out who was saying this. Who would have wrote this? Shine is to be seen. To be seen. To, and actually, this is our promise from our Creator. To be seen among us, upon us. Yeah, that's among. It needs to be among. Among. Okay, now what I'm going to also do is I'm going to look up that word upon to see if it even exists, because I'm not. It's. I don't know if Strongwood has seen that in the Hebrew text, but I'm sure that this is starting to be as truthful as I know of all the other prophecies from our Creator about Jesus. See, again, no word. So that's what I was thinking. And shine, yeah, I think I showed you that before. So I'm going to just get rid of, well, I'm going to clean it up, and I'm going to make it 8 point to be seen among us. And that would be Jesus teaching his kingdom, that his way is known to us. And the word way should be kind of like his life. His way, his way. Okay, I'll leave it there for right now, but I don't think it's going to be there when I go and really clean it up, to clean up the text, because I'm going to see if this is just a piece that was taken from all the other Psalms. When I get done, I'm going to see if some of these actually go together as a very long story about Jesus. So far, the first verse tells me it's a word from a prophet. Our Creator is gracious to us, well, because everybody would know this from a prophet. Everybody would know this from a prophet. And that his way is known to us, and your salvation for us is also for every kingdom. Trying to think of when that promise happened, and I'm not sure. So the text has to be studied a little bit more in depth when I go and redo everything. And the races, and let the races praise him. Because I don't know at what time that our Creator told them that he he will be for everyone. Although he did that with Abraham right off the bat. Let me show you that text, and you're going to end up having to take a screenshot here. I don't want to spend too much time, but this is his promise when he changes Abram's name to Abraham, and he's going to establish his promises that kings shall come forth from you, and all nations on earth will be blessed. Okay, again, from his seed, all nations on earth shall be blessed. So we have that promise from the time of Abraham. Okay, so that is, but this is specific. And when I do high morals, it's like from the beginning of man on earth, okay? We know there are many good, very good people on earth. So that's why I'm saying, using the word high morals. And because they weren't privileged to know about Jesus as like what they're going to learn when this becomes world known. So when they do, they will all praise Yah or Jesus and praise our Creator. Words from A. I don't know who. This could be a king. A king could have this written, but I don't know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a screenshot of it myself by just